Royal weddings aren't just about the vows or the big venues, it's the dresses that truly steal the spotlight. From dramatic trains to delicate lace, every gown tells its own story, reflecting not just fashion trends but the personality of the bride and the moment in history. In this video, we're looking back at the top 10 most beautiful wedding dresses worn by the British royals. Lady Sarah Chatto's wedding dress, 1994. Lady Sarah Chatto, the only daughter of Princess Margaret, chose a wedding dress in 1994 that was the total opposite of the usual royal sparkle. It was a pure elegance in its simplest form. Designed by Jasper Conran, the gown was made of ivory silk crepe and featured long sleeves, a square neckline, and a fitted bodice that flowed into a graceful skirt. It didn't need heavy beading or embroidery to stand out. The clean lines made it timeless and chic. Sarah paired it with a simple veil and the Snowdon floral tiara, keeping the whole look understated yet regal. What made it even more special was how much it reflected her personality: calm, artistic, and quietly confident. Serena Stanhope's wedding dress, 1993.
Serena Stanhope's 1993 wedding dress was straight out of a royal fairy tale, but with a glamorous twist. Designed by Bruce Robbins, the gown was heavily inspired by Princess Grace of Monaco's iconic lace wedding dress. Serena wore a fitted bodice with delicate lace sleeves, a high neckline, and a dramatic full skirt that gave the whole look a regal vibe. But the standout detail was her extra-long train. It swept down the aisle in true royal style. It's still remembered as one of the most show-stopping royal wedding dresses of the 90s.
Diana's wedding dress, 1981. Princess Diana's 1981 wedding dress is probably the most famous royal gown in history, pure 1980s drama and fairy tale magic. Designed by David and Elizabeth Emanuel, the ivory silk taffeta dress featured puffed sleeves, a fitted bodice, and layers of ruffled lace that screamed romance. But the real showstopper was the 25-foot train, the longest in royal wedding history, which spilled out of her golden carriage in an unforgettable moment. The gown was embroidered with sequins and 10,000 pearls, giving it a dazzling finish, though it did crinkle a bit as she walked down the aisle. Diana topped it off with her family's Spencer tiara, adding a personal touch to her royal look. Sarah Ferguson's wedding dress, 1986. Sarah Ferguson's 1986 wedding dress was everything you'd expect from a royal bride in the glamorous 80s. Designed by Linka Chirach, the ivory satin gown had puffed sleeves, a fitted bodice, and a full skirt that carried all the drama of the decade. The dress was covered in hand embroidery with meaningful symbols, like anchors and waves for Prince Andrew's naval career, and even hearts to represent their romance. Her 17-foot train was another showstopper, cascading behind her as she walked into Westminster Abbey. Sarah completed the look with the York tiara, a sparkling piece gifted by the Queen. Princess Eugenie's wedding dress, 2018. Princess Eugenie's 2018 wedding dress was a modern royal masterpiece with a powerful message behind it. Designed by Peter Pilato and Christopher DeVos, the gown featured a deep V neckline in the front and back, long sleeves, and a flowing full skirt. What really made it stand out was the low back. Eugenie specifically asked for it to show the scar from her scoliosis surgery, turning the dress into a statement of confidence and body positivity. The fabric was woven with symbols meaningful to her, like a thistle for Scotland and a shamrock for Ireland, adding a personal touch. She skipped the veil and instead wore the Greville Emerald Kokoshnik tiara, which added a pop of bold green sparkle. Kate Middleton's wedding dress, 2011. Kate Middleton's 2011 wedding dress is easily one of the most famous royal gowns of all time. Designed by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen, it struck the perfect balance between tradition and modern style. The dress featured a fitted lace bodice with long sleeves, a deep but modest neckline, and a dramatic skirt with a nearly 9-foot train. The lace included delicate motifs like roses, thistles, daffodils, and shamrocks, representing the nations of the UK. Kate paired it with a simple veil and the Cartier halo tiara, which gave her look just the right amount of sparkle. More than a decade later, it's still considered the ultimate royal wedding dress, setting the bar sky high for brides everywhere. Meghan Markle's wedding dress, 2018. Meghan Markle's 2018 wedding dress was all about sleek sophistication and quiet elegance. Designed by Claire Waite-Keller for Givenchy, the gown featured a simple boat neckline, three-quarter sleeves, and a smooth A-line silhouette with zero fuss, no lace, no heavy beading, just pure modern minimalism. The real wow factor came from her veil, a 16-foot-long masterpiece embroidered with flowers representing all 53 Commonwealth countries, a subtle but powerful nod to her new royal role. She paired the look with Queen Mary's diamond bandeau tiara, adding a vintage sparkle to the clean lines of the dress. Meghan's choice showed that less can truly be more, and it stood out for its understated beauty in a world of dramatic royal gowns. Sophie Rhys-Jones's wedding dress, 1999. Sophie Rhys-Jones, now the Duchess of Edinburgh, chose a wedding dress in 1999 that was elegant, refined, and very true to her style. Designed by Samantha Shaw, the gown was made of ivory silk crepe and organza, with a fitted long-sleeved bodice and a subtle V neckline. The full-length skirt flowed beautifully, and her train measured a graceful 10 feet, royal but not over the top. The dress was decorated with tiny crystals and pearls, giving it a soft shimmer without being flashy. Sophie completed the look with a cathedral-length veil and the Anthemian tiara, which was specially created for her using antique pieces from the royal collection. Princess Margaret's wedding dress, 1960. Princess Margaret's 1960 wedding dress was the definition of timeless royal style. Designed by Norman Hartnell, the same couturier who dressed the Queen, the gown was made of silk organza with a fitted bodice, long sleeves, and a full skirt that floated elegantly without looking fussy. Unlike many royal brides who went for heavy embellishments, Margaret kept it simple. No sequins, no embroidery, just pure, graceful design that let her beauty shine. Her 30-foot veil added the right touch of drama, especially paired with the sparkling Poltimore tiara, which she wore tilted in her signature chic style. The dress perfectly captured Margaret's image as the glamorous, modern royal of her time. Princess Elizabeth's wedding dress, 1947. Princess Elizabeth's 1947 wedding dress was a true symbol of hope and renewal in post-war Britain. Designed by Norman Hartnell, the gown was made from ivory Duchess satin and featured a fitted bodice, a flowing skirt, and a 13-foot train embroidered with delicate floral patterns inspired by Botticelli's painting Primavera. Because rationing was still in place, Elizabeth famously used clothing coupons to pay for the fabric, which made the dress even more meaningful to the public. The embroidery sparkled with thousands of seed pearls and crystals, giving it a magical glow. From Princess Elizabeth's post-war elegance to Meghan Markle's modern minimalism, these wedding dresses have become more than outfits, they're iconic moments in royal history. Each gown reflects not just beauty, but confidence, symbolism, and a touch of fairy tale magic. Which royal bride's dress was your favorite? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more royal fashion and history.